No girls allowed. We'll interview you later. Sabay kayo.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
first of all, guys, thank you very much for watching our film. Maraming salamat. I forgot to tell you that Ian wrote the script also. And so this is a co-production between Anna Kim and Ten Again. Ten Again is my small company, and Anna Kim is
Another small
another small company.
and they spawned into Breakaway Alagwa.
Yeah. So this is of course Tito Leo, and Leo Martinez and Marty, and this is Jamison Lee as the pervert in the film.
The gay pervert.
He's a stage actor, he's a producer as well, and a writer then. And so thank you everybody for watching the film. I hope you liked it. So please feel free to ask any question. Wag lang math. It's so funny.
I wanna
1 plus 1. Yeah.
I wanna ask a question.
Okay.
Can we get rid of the dog?
No, that's fine. It's cool. This is we still don't have a name for this portion of the website, but we can call it the artist studio, whatever. Diba?
The artist
So
studio.
films and concerts and music, whatever, we can discuss it. So yeah, feel free to ask questions.
It's for you.
Me? Moi?
No, actually, it just occurred to me, you wrote the screenplay, and I just want to know why, I don't know, why did you choose at the end of it for them to find each other again, as opposed to, because it's an advocacy film, so
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to why you wanted to leave the audience with that.
Because I want to end the film with hope and promise.
Yeah.
Although I didn't show it like a spoon feeding kind of ending, but I wanted the audience to feel that there's hope for everything, especially for the advocacy. And I ended up the film with this arc of emotion, wherein the father and son meet each other again. But you, as an audience, you have to create your own conclusion of what happened after the meeting between them. So you know, I just wanted to create hope. That's it. But not a blatant kind of showing of hope. Yeah, that's it.
I know the question wasn't for me, but what's the question again?
Why that ending?
That kind of meeting
Yeah.
between the father and son again. Maybe you could also answer, because part of the the dialogue is written in your mind as the actor.
Ian likes to involve the audience. I think very few people have that kind of ability where unconsciously they can involve people. They can include the audience in the film. Like this is one example that he can make you, he can allow you to create your own understanding of each sequence of the ending, whatever, the opening, or whatever sequence or whatever scene that you pick. I've seen it so many times, but there's always something new coming out. There's always a new angle to every scene. Like questions like, did Robert really
Cave in.
give in to
That pervert.
to the pervert? I don't know. There's no name. Walang
Yeah.
name, di ba, bro?
I named it the
No,
gay
no,
guy.
but he's the gay guy. He's the gay guy in the film, but he's the boss. But we don't have names eh. If you notice, walang names dun sa film. Si Robert lang tsaka si Brian, di ba? But
That was intentional?
Yeah, it was.
I think yun lang, kami lang dalawa talaga kasi parang
You don't have to give names, right?
yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's so every character is so
Actually, in fact,
memorable, in the story. By the way, sorry, as we speak now, we just got an email that we were nominated for
Yeah.
Best Narrative in the
In
Guam Film Festival.
and you,
And then,
as a best actor,
yeah, we got nominated. Oh my gosh, we're
as a
so
best actor,
sanay now with this, no? We've been to so many film festivals and we've won so many awards.
yeah.
But yeah, so we don't have names for the.
In fact, even your character or Tito Leos or Ebra,
Yeah.
even you guys don't have an exact name for your character,
Mm-hmm.
right? In fact, the first time I submitted the script to you guys, your character's name is just the father.
The father, yeah, and the son.
Yeah, and the son. And Tito Leo is just a police officer. And later on, he has a name tag, Police Chief Galvez.
So yeah, there's always if you watch the film again,
Again and again.
which we encourage you to do so. It's a premiere. You'll notice that there are open-ended scenes. That it'll really make you think, like, what really happened in this scene.
Mhm.
Like in the ending, diba? What happens to Robert and the son? Is it like questions like Carmen Sue's the character of Carmen Sue? Is it Robert's son, or was he an adopted son, or is it Carmen's son to another another man? Parang ganyan.
What camera did you guys use?
During our Manila shoots, by the way, we shot the film in two locations, Manila and Hong Kong. Yeah, in Manila we use Sony F3s, while in Hong Kong, because of the logistics and the crowd control thing, we use two Canon 5Ds. That's it.
Are those all guerrilla shots?
In Hong Kong, most of the shots, probably 98% were guerrillas because we cannot afford crowd control. Yeah, in Hong Kong. And
I really like what you guys did with the street music. The lady was playing.
yeah. Thank you.
It's really pretty cool.
It was really spontaneous. Yeah, sinakto lang namin, but actually after that shot, the lady that was playing that instrument left because we have this we think that she's part of the human trafficking thing.
The lady?
Yeah, because after we shot that scene and she saw the camera, she immediately walked out, and she's actually a cripple.
Yeah.
And she,
If did you notice that that lady in Hong Kong, my character was looking for lead, like showing pictures to everybody.
Yeah.
There was this one girl who I showed the picture to.
The vendor.
at the first part.
The first
Yeah,
part. The first part.
first
was-
sequence.
Yeah. I showed. Yeah, I showed her. Yeah, she came back to me, diba? She actually showed me a newspaper. So
Actual newspaper.
actual newspaper, and it was the headline. It's an event that happened the day before, and they found a lady
suitcase.
cemented in a drum,
Yeah.
in a suitcase or drum.
Yeah,
no?
something like that.
Found in a ship. So I was really shocked to.
Parang Kibagameda. Yeah.
Oh, parang ganon.
Parang
Parang ganon. Parang ganon na nahanap siya sa.
I saw that was too real.
Yeah, and she was like telling me. She was telling me that I don't think you can still find your son.
And
Because
and
look at this. Look at this.
this might be your
Look at this
son.
news. Look at the news here. Oh. Parang this lady was just, it really gave me goosebumps. And I left that, and I felt like, oh my gosh, people are really, people believe that my son's really missing. Yeah.
The human trafficking of kids bringing to Hong Kong. Besides the obvious reason of the pedophile over there, right? What other reasons they would bring it there besides that?
You see, it's a business kasi, di ba?
I know they take parts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like one person. It can start from like childhood years. They can be sex slaves. They can be plain beggars. But most of them are really sex slaves. And then when they grow older, they evolve into something else, maybe more, like a much deeper or more serious kind of.
They will become the traffickers themselves.
Or
afterwards.
or they'll cripple them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mutilated. Some of them are mutilated to suit their
Exactly.
suit their purpose.
So it's
Yeah.
it's like an endless cycle.
Exactly. It's not like guns, pag may kalawang na, tapo na, 'di ba? They will really use the person. They, to whatever thing that they want to do with them.
You knew that before you shot the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I'm.
a good question.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Go ahead.
Maybe for you first, and then for everybody else. What was the motivation to do a? I mean, did you really have a burden on human trafficking, or you just fell into it and sort of felt that you had to get involved and say something about it? How did it evolve with you? And then for the actors, and maybe for Echo, once you read the script and once you knew what it was about, what was it that made you want to be part of it and to be involved?
Well, the story was actually part of an urban legend back in my hometown in Chinatown, Manila.
I'm sorry.
Back in Chinatown, Manila, it was an urban legend. This kind of yeah. So that's actually the reason, because it started as an urban legend, but as I tried to look at the news, I realized that it's not an urban legend anymore.
Yes.
I've been seeing worse news than this one.
Actually, nung nandun
Yeah.
kami sa film festival sa US, yung did you hear about the three girls?
Yeah.
They were found in they were found in somewhere in the US. Hi, Tita, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday
Hi.
to you.
Yeah, sure. So they were found in somewhere in the US. They were hidden for 3 years. We were actually in the festival, no? I think Palm Springs Film
Springs.
Festival. So it really happens. And then I attended like a fundraising event for CAST. CAST is a coalition to abolish slavery and trafficking, and statistics say that there's a really large percentage of Filipinos being Filipinos trafficked to the US, specifically LA. So it's really horrible. Talaga. So it really happens. Sorry?
Like based on research, you guys chose Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
You were sent to Hong Kong. Is that like because of research, or was it just logistically easier to film there?
It's actually based on the research and from the urban legend that I've been hearing about. Okay, the urban legend is similar to this story where as a kid was lost in Chinatown, Manila, and then fast forward after a few years later, his parents found him in Hong Kong. So I really based that story on this urban legend, and based on facts, Hong Kong is one of the places where human trafficking is really spread out. And actually, one of the actors, Carmen Su, who played the new wife of Robert, she even told me while we were shooting that while she was reading the script, sabi niya, you know what, this story, I heard this like a few weeks ago from a friend, like a few degrees, wherein the child was, visiting Hong Kong Disneyland with his parents, and then he was gone. And it was really disturbing for me because it's so recent. Diba? While we were shooting, we thought, 1990s, okay, so it's a fiction. But now, parang, even from the actor's point of view, it's happening until now. So Hong Kong is a really a red spot for human trafficking.
Tito Leo, what interested you in the story?
Well, first different kasi ibang klaseng ibang klaseng role for me, no? They're so used already to comedy, Congressman Manik Manao, and I felt also it was a good part to be involved in. Swerte ako sa mga. It's only this year. Actually, that was the start of my indie foray into indie. Sinwerte ako after Alagwa. I did 2 indies also, Tuhog and then OTJ,
yeah.
OTJ. So and nagkasunod-sunod ang showing.
Lucky charm.
Oh, yun. So and it's also because as challenge to me is to be different in my role. So and it's also because I wanted also to show the actors, our actors here, that it's possible to change characters. I mean, because that's what we lack here. Hindi marunong gumawa ng character sa mga artista natin. 98%.
Oh my gosh, kasama kami sa 2%.
Yeah, they don't know how to do other characters. So you have your leading on television. You go to television, they're all the same. Even you just change costume, but they have the same walk, they have the same voice, they have the same, because they don't know how to do characters.
By the way, guys, for your information, Tito Leo is one of Philippines' greatest acting coaches, acting teachers.
Yeah.
So we all,
workshop with them.
ako din eh, most of us actually enrolled in his class. Recently, even Kim, I think Kim.
Oh yeah.
Kim's one of Tito Leo's students, di ba?
Question for you: did you have something to do with your character's art?
Me?
Yeah. Regarding the script.
Okay. Yeah. It's he gave me a lot of freedom kasi dun sa character ni Robert. Si Robert is you already in the first scene pa lang, you'll see that he is this stressed guy, trying to make a living, but he loves his son, but he's hot-tempered, short-tempered actually, but he's not really good at what he does, but he tries his best. So it is from a panicky father, diba? And then it goes to you'll see the loving side, diba? And then he tries to have fun with his son and all, and then the kidnapping happens, diba? So it's like this, it becomes so stressful, so fearful, so parang he's chasing this guy who kidnapped his son, diba? And then bagsak dun sa nawala si Smokey Manaloto, nawala yung lead niya, he lost his lead, and then it drops there, and then goes it continues, kasi he started a family again, but he's still looking for his first son, and then he found his and then the ending, diba? I really don't wanna mention it on cam, pero he finds his son again, and that it ends there. So there's a journey talaga. You'll see that there's a journey, but the most interesting thing is that Robert is actually 3 characters in one: my father, my brother, and my nephew, all rolled into one. They're all fathers, and they all have different characters. They have different ways of raising kids. But I just picked lang talaga certain characteristics sa kanila, and minerge ko silang lahat na yung gano'n. It worked for him. So sabihin like, oh yan, good. So to come up with something really different, it's really hard, no? It's my first indie film, and I've done a lot of TV work, just like what Tito Leo said. It's actors have a hard time creating characters here, because also one thing is that they do the same thing over and over again. They give us the same thing, the formula, especially on TV, formula lang. So this one kind of like really talagang na-excite talaga ako dito sa character na to, di ba? So I really had fun working with directing yan.
How is he as a director?
Great. He's
Cool.
really cool kasi binigyan niya kami ng script na walang mga lines eh. So
bullet points.
Bullet points lang talaga, and then most of our lines were ad libs. I don't know, with Jamie and Marty. Were you guys ad libbing most of the time? Our scenes were, diba? Maybe we had lines, pero we worked on it, diba? On the set he would allow us to just work on it. Whatever feels natural, Sabi niya ng ganyan. Because we all know our characters na, di ba? But with them both, I don't know.
Yung character ni, what's his name?
Jamie, yeah.
Was that written in a script or you kasi yung pagkabakla mo, it's not flaming, it's not anything like that.
Yun yung
I
idea
took
nila.
direction from Ian actually. He told me a specific character that
Sorry?
he told me to emulate a specific person.
Right.
Then I tried my best. I think he told me he was happy with what I did. So I just tried to do that, what he told me, that person, and tried to almost copy what that person was.
Sino yung person na yan?
I'd rather not mention names.
Ako, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Pero nagawa niya naman ng ano eh. Kasi what we even nag-communicate tayo through Facebook, through email. Kasi he was asking me a lot of stuff about this. Kasi okay, gay guy is a very general thing, di ba? Homosexual, he has a business, and he's Chinese. That's it. But siguro nag-dwell kami into what kind of person he is, what's his family background. And yun nga, I told him na, okay, this guy is very decent. In a way, like he's educated, he has a family business that's been umabot kami sa ganong details. His family business has been going through like 30 years, so their business is well established. They don't need money anymore, so he's just a guy who's doing business, and he's a pervert. So yun, and he's good at negotiation, diba? Doon tayo nag-dwell kasi that's, if you can notice yung conversation niya with Robert, it's very tricky, it's very business-like. So yun, we tried to work on that, yung communication niya with Robert. So, and he pulled it out very well. Like if you can see in the film na he's really a businessman.
Maraming ganun eh, mga sikreto lang.
Actually, that's good. Manipulative.
Yes.
Parang ganun lang. Any more questions, guys?
And Jelly has a question. She knows all
All of the answers.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Because
Wait, tell us more about what it was like to work with Bugoy.
Bugoy.
Bugoy is fun to work with. Really, super.
Yeah, it's
super.
good.
He's a natural talaga. He's a natural actor.
The boy?
Yeah.
The boy.
Bugoy is a natural actor. He's very.
I saw him recently on television. He's grown up na.
Oh, yeah.
He grew like an inch.
Bugoy.
Bugoy
won
Lots of
best
awards, yeah.
supporting actor.
In
Best supporting actor in Malaysia. The first IFA.
Yeah. And
So-
PMPC.
I hate that guy because he won and I didn't. Yeah, so but it's the best. Bugoy's a natural. Bugoy is really excited when he gets on. When he steps on the set. Talagang he's fired up. He knows his lines. He's one of those kids that will really talagang. I think he'll stay talaga for a very long time. I don't know about his awkward stage or awkward.
No, his eyes have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Si Bugoy, tsaka he's willing.
He's like
He's teachable, he's moldable.
male Nora Honor.
Oh.
When you look at Nora Honor, look at her eyes. Now look at the eyes of this guy.
Yeah. So,
Go.
Leo,
Hmm.
having been in the business for so long, when you got the script, did you expect it to explode the way it did in all the festivals?
No, I knew there was something in it because they had it was an interesting story, and the characters are interesting. I think that's what propelled because if yun ang problema natin dito, we don't have writers for character.
Yeah.
You notice yung mga pelikula, it is story oriented, plot oriented. That doesn't work. For a movie, for film, you have to have character driven ang storya. Kung plot lang, hindi basahin mo na lang. kung plot ang magano, there are so many plots and there are so many but pag yung character driven yung storya, yun ang
Because the audience always like to, to follow the characters. If it's a plot, it gets really confusing.
Yeah, Tuhog. I think that was the secret of Tuhog also, because they had interesting characters.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a good run.
We actually got a lot of offers from abroad.
Yeah.
But we try to be, concentrating on local screening first.
Yeah.
Because, we don't want to get burned with promising international distribution, and then we don't get the chance to screen it here in the country. So, we prioritize Filipinos first. Then let's see what happens afterwards.
Any questions for Marty?
From
The little boy?
Marty. The one who got raped.
Yeah.
He's a boy and
Mga,
How does it feel to get raped?
May mga katami, mga ano ba?
mga
Masakit sa puwet.
yun.
Kamusta experience mo, Marty, working on this?
Nag-enjoy po ako kasi po yung parang wala rin pong pinagbago sa yung last film ko po. Ganun din po yung role. Kaya hindi po ako nahirapang mag-adjust. Saka hindi naman po kasi siya yung parang nakaka-pressure na ano lang po siya, parang ad-lib lang po, ikaw na po bahala. May kinig ka lang po kay direct.
My gosh. That's an actor right there saying, ad-lib lang po, madali lang po yung ad-lib, di ba? Some actors are like, no lines. Di ba? But these guys, most of the actors here kasi nag-ad-lib talaga.
Medyo,
Fresh?
Actually, it's improvised.
Improvised talaga lahat.
swerte din ako kasi we got, parang may feng shui ngayon. Nakakuha kami ng actors who are really, they jive each other.
Everybody,
Even the extras, parang actor-wise, wala akong naging problem. Kasi, I just...
You were blessed.
Yeah, I'm really blessed.
I think we should give credit to the casting directors.
Producers.
Angeli Valenciano, Bianca, Marines Elizalde, Marge.
No,
Ako isa lang actor pinili ko talaga eh. Actually dalawa. Si Bugoy tsaka si Tito Leo. Yeah.
Pero
And
yun
your
nga.
relationship with Bugoy really...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That made... that gave meaning to human trafficking. If it was just like Sir Leo was explaining, plot-oriented, okay, we kidnap and then disappear, without the relationship, and
Exactly.
you really worked on building that, and the acting really felt so believable. I mean, it was believable. That it was, you can feel the pain at the end.
Yes, yes.
When they saw each other again, because you felt their love for each other.
Thank you.
Actually,
That was really well done.
minastermind namin yan kasi before pre-production, Jericho and I, parang we made the scheme na, Jericho, you really need to work with Bugoy. And actually, nag-volunteer siya. Sabi niya, sige, I really need to be parang as close as possible with this kid. And sakto rin at the same time, pareho ba kayo sa isang variety show, no?
Asap, yeah.
Yeah, nagkikita sila on that variety show. And lagi niya kinukulit si Bugoy. Tapos, while we were sa screen test kay Tito Leo, I noticed na parang closeness talaga sila, para silang barkada. Na to mention father and son, pero barkada na sila. So while we were shooting yung test shoot ganun and stuff, parang sobrang comfortable nila, and I was surprised and excited at the same time na on the set I'm sure it could be better between the father and son. Better than I expected while I was writing the script.
Oh, it was such a sweet on-screen relationship, when they did the secret handshake thing. I mean, you really felt it.
They actually improvised that eh. Kasi on the script, sinabi ko lang, secret handshake. Tapos on the set, we were all confused on what kind of secret handshake gagawin namin. Tapos medyo naghang pa kami for a few moments. Sila na lang ni Bugoy yung came up with that secret handshake actually.
Work all the way to the end. No?
What do you desire for the audience to take from this?
Siguro isa-isa tayo. No? Ikaw.
Sige.
Now, as I watched the film for the third time, I just couldn't believe it's me. there, and I actually hate it. I hate myself. If I can only punch the guy I'm watching, I will. Being also a father, there are your supernatural horror films, there are your spiritual horror films, or your religious horror films, so on and so forth. But there's also your reality horror films. Now this is actually a nightmare. Being a father of an 8-year-old daughter, especially a daughter more than a son. This scares the bejesus out of me. I don't, when I go around the mall, just buy soft drinks in a sari-sari store in our house, and my daughter's tags along. I grab onto her hand, I grab onto her arm, just to be sure she's there. What I want the parents is, look after their children, if not 24/7, at least the closest to that. And I hope they will also see this film and be an advocate against it, and fight the trafficking.
Paano mapakita sa tao na kailangan nila i-value yung time nila with their family, kasi hindi naman lagi nandyan sila. Dahil bigla na nawala, hindi naman niya ini-expect na pinapunta na niya sa CR. Tapos yun, para magising din yung mga tao na may mga nangyayaring ganun, na yung iba kasi hindi nila alam. Hindi lang sila sa bahay nila, may mga nangyayari palang ganun. Kailangan nila siguro i-value yung bawat time na kasama nila yung pamilya nila, sa paging aware nangyayari sa paligid nila.
Sa akin yung the advocacy yung about anti-trafficking, siyempre number one yun, na sana ma-realize natin na there are bad people in this world, na hindi, at saka yun nga, kanya ko ginawa ito, different yung character. At the same time, madaling maka-identify dun sa role ni Echo, dahil pag parent ka, makaka-identify. Yun nga, nawala yung isang anak ko, nasa States sila ni Gina, na nawala si Gio. Ang sabi ni Gina, parang nawala yung hindi siya makatayo, hindi ka jelly legs, kasi nung pinasagat nung Gio walang sumasagot, and then nadinig niya yung mga close sa States, pinasasarduhan kaagad yung ang establishment. Pag may ganung nangyayari, sinasarduhan nila may awareness na sila na that thing happens. So sabi ko, kung yung nangyari na yun, pag nangyari talagang panic time, at saka you don't know what you're gonna do. She couldn't stand down. Talagang gumagano yung buti Lisa was with the sister, Gina's sister was with her. Nagsha-shopping sila sa tapos nawala sa mall. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Yung pala nandun sa mga clothes na takloban, mga clothes na wala na siya.
There's still nowadays grabbing kids.
Actually, in connecting to Tito Leo's statement about yung story niya, kasi may mga, especially yung mga audience from abroad, asking me why yung sequences still sometimes it jumps to one scene to another. Kasi sabi ko, in that panic mode, sometimes you won't be rational na. Sometimes you do things that, very instinctive, very sentimental. As being Filipinos, na very sentimental, we do things by instinct, by emotion. Yun nga, sabi ni Tito Leo, when yung sa mall na wala, talagang medyo magpapanik ka na, and you will just do what your feet, where your feet takes you to na lang. And you will do what you think is right, not being rational na at all. So yun, if you see dun sa mga movement, sa mga actions si Robert in the film. Parang sometimes you think, medyo ano na to, extreme to the extreme. Sometimes you even nag-cross siya ng law, di ba? Hindi na nga niya pinansin yung police at some point. Kasi that's what Filipinos, being as parents, do. Being, you know, sentimental, being instinctive. Yeah.
Sometimes the ending, you never thought of putting actual, like newspaper, you know, MTV style.
Yeah.
No.
We didn't wanna. I think it, parang it was clear enough for the people to to feel the emotion, to understand what's happening in anywhere, you know, in their own communities, diba? Parang it would be a little bit of, yeah, he didn't want that eh. And for me, if we added that, medyo baka mag-overkill ng konti.
Yes,
And also
exactly.
baka it, at the end of the day, it's still a film. You know, there's advocacy to it. We want to help spread the news. But it's a film. It's a movie, 'di ba? Na it's his piece, 'di ba? So ako, I like it that way. Parang he said it kanina, I didn't want it to be parang a documentary style, 'di ba? For me, going back to Hyojung's question, I think all of us said naman what we hope for, diba? But I would like to take this film to a level na, you know, people's eyes are open to to have awareness, diba? Parang possibilities. We don't want to scare them. We want to show them reality. But we want to empower them. We want to let them know that you can do something. If you know about these things, diba? That's power. That could be your strength, diba? That could be your protection. Human trafficking is real. And it's horrible, and it's sad, and it's ugly, and we hate it, diba? But it can stop. May not be tomorrow, may not be now, may not be, you know, the next few years. But if everybody knows about human trafficking, if people know, you know, how it happens, diba? It can be avoided. It can be stopped, diba? Parang ganun. On the film side naman, diba? We want to show that, you know, great scripts are born here in the Philippines, and it can be done. You know, it's an indie film, it's a major project, but you know, we tried our best. You know, as long as a script has a heart, has a good goal, diba? It can go places. And we're so proud of this film, diba? We're so happy that we were able to you know, work on it. Mabuo siya, diba? Na maganda, and it was well received. So we just also want to show the world that Filipinos are great filmmakers, diba? Whether we have big budget or a small budget, parang ganon. So yeah, so there's a message, there's the art, diba? And there's a storytelling, parang ganon. So for me that's my top 3 goals, parang ganon. Basically sumisip-sip lang ako kay Ian. So anyway, so any more questions? We're good?
Yeah, what was the hardest scene to film? Like, which was the heaviest scene that you had a hard time filming? Each of you. Why?
Ako siguro unahin ko na yung sarili ko. Siguro sa yung close, yung end, yung last picture. It's I asked for 5 takes. And Direct Ian was actually saying
The last scene.
Yeah.
Sabi niya, okay, good take. And then I asked again. One more. And then one more. And then one more. I just felt like something will come out pa. I said, I'm not happy with it was very challenging. And so I asked for 5 takes, yeah.
What was your motivation?
It was hard, that's the thing. Because wala ako eh. You know, I've never lost a child. I've never found a missing child. Diba? Huh?
What did you use?
Just that moment. And it was there. We were there, and people actually thought that there was really something happening because the cameras were far away. It was like a tunnel, diba? The cameras were far away. And I was there, you know, I knelt and I was crying, diba?
Who's that actor?
Okay, it was my makeup artist, si EJ.
EJ, yeah.
Because the story there, kasi the little boy who was supposed to play the role of my second son, okay, he didn't make it because of visa issues. So EJ played the role. But yeah, it was really hard kasi wala sa memory bank ko eh. Wala ako sa folders ko na makuha na, oy, something like this happened before, diba? And it's not like the most important thing in the scene is to cry. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's really capturing that
Moment.
oh my gosh, I found my son, but he looks like this. And this is another son of my, and here comes my other son. He doesn't understand what's happening. All in one shot. Parang I have to tell the emotion in one shot. So it was that huge emotion na kailangan mahanap ko talaga. That was my hardest scene.
Adding to that, actually, gumawa tayo ng different takes. Eh. We have, we got mainstream take. But may isa tayong take na parang mainstream. And then, okay, let's take another one. Kasi ang mahirap dun is we tried to maintain yung emotion ni Echo at that point. So, nag-ano kami, parang split-second decision and split-second takes na, okay, you did that. Oh, okay, next take. Iba naman, ibang attack naman. So, let's try to make it more subtle, more ganon. So, we had parang three different, So, parang attack nung emotion ng role niya. Diba? So, parang, if I had 3 options of what the ending will be, and I ended up with this one to be more ambiguous. May isang ending pa nga, di ba? Parang nagyakapan pa sila. Ganon.
Yeah.
We took it off, and this one fits perfectly for the film. Ito, Leo, yung most difficult part daw.
Wala.
Sobrang sisi ulit. Sisi
No, because
Ang nakita ko sa'yo, you pulled back from all the characters that you played. You pulled back a lot here.
Oh yeah. I also did that for Tuhog. I mean, if you see Tuhog, it's a different when I say wala, it's because I have a process.
Yeah.
I have a process of work that I can go to anytime. I just go through the and that's it.
And I will steal that process soon.
Kasi I don't operate on this motivation. Ang pag sinabi nga sila, what's your motivation? My salary. I mean, I don't think acting is not thinking.
Yes, exactly.
Acting, no, it's feeling. You don't think, you feel. So, yung it will take us 8 workshops, but I can teach you a process.
Yeah.
I never mentioned about the process, no? That I used in that last scene.
Yeah.
Madami.
Alright, Jamie. My most difficult scene. So people think it was the fight scene.
I had a hard time kicking Jamie in the movie. Because he's such a nice guy. So,
Most people who have seen it actually thought that was my hardest scene to film.
What?
The fight scene. Actually, the hardest scene.
The one he got beat up.
Was my scene with Marty. That was the hardest scene.
Even if it's
Not
just a
because I was,
montage.
not because I was shirtless or anything. I was suffering from amino acid allergies, so I didn't know I thought I would look like a jaguar.
but it added value to the.
Pero hindi naman halata eh. Hindi nakita.
Because really, guys, we'll cut it down to one more question. No, any question. If
What's
not,
next for you guys?
okay, great.
Great. Sequel. Actually, napag-usapan natin yan, no?
Yeah.
We were thinking of a sequel. Story of Brian. Pero, sabi ko, Pwede.
A spin.
But we were thinking of other things na lang for this. We want to end it with, in grace. Kasi if we add a sequel pa, para magbumukhang Slumdog.
Si Robert naman yung na-kidnap.
Taken 2. Taken. I will find you. I will kill you.
Anyway, Ian and I are working on a new film. So, abangan nyo na lang yan.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you very much. Please support the film.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.